Now, it's been a great joy for all of these bishops to be able to stand up and be recognized by people from their diocese. But there is one bishop here on the platform who is not here with any diocesan group. Sigh. And there's no particular group to cheer for him because he comes now not representing a diocese, but representing our Holy Father, Pope Francis. So please join me in welcoming Archbishop Christophe Pierre, the Apostolic Nuncio to the United States and representative of the Pope. Great to have you. Yes, I'll announce. Not only is the Archbishop here present with all of us, but he brings a letter from our Holy Father, Pope Francis.
Thank you, Cardinal Wuerl. Dear young people, I am told that everybody is young today. As the representative of the Holy Father, His Holiness Pope Francis, in the United States of America, I want you to know how pleased I am to be with you here today at the Capital One Arena, in the nation's capital, on this day of prayer for the legal protection of unborn children, a day on which we especially give thanks to God for the gift of human life, and by our participation in the March for Life, speak out for those who cannot speak for themselves, the most vulnerable in our society, the unborn. Just about 2 weeks ago, Pope Francis addressed diplomats accredited to the Holy See, representing almost 190 countries, during an annual meeting at the Vatican. During the course of his presentation, the Holy Father reflected. If you allow me, I will quote the Pope. It is painful to see how many fundamental human rights continue to be violated today. First among all of these is the right of every human person to life, liberty, and personal security. It is not only war or violence that infringes these rights. In our day, there are more subtle means, I think primarily of innocent children, discarded even before they are born, unwanted at times simply because they are ill or malformed, or as a result of the selfishness of adults. I think of the elderly, who are often cast aside, especially when infirm and viewed as a burden. I think of women who repeatedly suffer from violence and oppression, even within their own families. I think, too, of the victims of human trafficking, which violates the prohibition of every form of slavery. Dear young people, thank you for the witness of your Catholic faith, both now and at Holy Mass, later on in the streets of Washington, and even more importantly, when you have returned home to your families, schools, and neighborhoods. Know that you are making a solid contribution to the renewal of American society. For the future of this vast country lies in the hands of young people like yourselves, who believe that it has been created as one nation under God, and that no human authority has the right to challenge the law of God. At this time, it is my privilege to honor to read for you a message from our Holy Father, prepared for all of you gathered here in the Archdiocese of Washington, as well as for those assembled in this morning in the Diocese of Arlington. This is the message. His Holiness Pope Francis sends warm greetings and the assurance of his closeness in prayer to the many thousands of young people from throughout America gathered in the Archdiocese of Washington and the Diocese of Arlington for the annual March for Life. Respect for life is central to the building of a truly just, good, and free society in which each person is welcome as a brother and sister in our great human family. The promotion of a culture of life thus represents an exciting and demanding task set before each new generation. For this reason, Pope Francis is especially grateful for the witness of the young, whose generosity, idealism, and concern inspire them to raise their voices on behalf of the most defenseless and vulnerable among us. To all taking part in the March for Life, and to the many others who support them by their prayers and sacrifices, the Holy Father cordially imparts his apostolic blessing as a pledge of joy and peace in the Lord. And this message is being sent by Cardinal Pietro Parolin, Secretary of State.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you.